Hey guys! Wow. I'm Shelly Press. This is my YouTube channel where we're talking about the One Piece chapter 845, The Enraged Army. So I wasn't sure, I put a review up if you want to check that out, but I wasn't sure about doing one today because I'd seen the last panel. I was scrolling through YouTube, or Instagram yesterday, and somebody had posted it, so I was like, I knew that was going to be a big thing, but I still wanted to go ahead because I didn't know all the stuff that was leading up to it, but I was kind of confused about a couple of different things when I did my initial read-through, and I was going back through just trying to digest and seeing like, okay, well, who's saying what and all that kind of jazz. So, overall, pretty good chapter. I probably wasn't as enthusiastic. Like I said, I had a late night, so I'm still a little tired, even though it's 2 o'clock in the afternoon. But yes, I think it's interesting. So you have Big Mom's army is attacking. Like that's where we kind of end up at the end of this chapter. You know, they're going in, and they get the announcement that you have Thrifty Bobbin, Demon Lady Amant, Mont Dior the Scribe, and I still believe, I didn't check on it, I probably should have, but I still believe that Bobbin is the one. Let me actually look that up real quick. Bobbin, One Piece. Oh no, I'm wrong. Oh, so he's just one of the regular people. So then who was I thinking of? And we're going to check that out too. You're going to be on this journey with me because I was really thinking that Bobbin was the one we saw at Fishman Island, but apparently that is not the case. So who am I? Oh, I was thinking of Tamago. Okay. But Bobbin is the other one. And you know, Bobbin kind of reminds me of, I think it's like in The Nightmare Before Christmas. I'm going off on a tangent. Let me stop. This is about One Piece. Let's get back to One Piece. But you see how, Big Mom is sending her army to find Luffy. And, Nami makes a point of noting, like, how is the weather happening like this? Like, how can one person control all this weather? And you see, the fire, the sun, and the clouds, they're moving around. They've got this Mizu, which is this candy rain that's falling from the sky. Luffy turns over. He's like, I can't eat it. I said I'm not eating anything unless Sanji cooks it. And you see, at the end, Luffy's fighting them, and Nami's freaking out. She wants to leave. Like, we have to go. Like, you gotta, even if you just want to hide for a little bit. And Luffy's like, no, I'm not going anywhere. I told Sanji I was gonna be here. He will come, and if he comes and I'm not here, he'll think that I left him, and I can't do that. And that's that stubbornness that Luffy has, and he's like, I'm not going anywhere. I will fight all of these people, which I think is really interesting because they make a point of saying, I can't even count high enough to add up the total bounty of all of the heavyweights. So, like, and if you look at the panel, there's 30 plus people that you can kind of point out specifically, like with actual faces, and Luffy's fighting all these people. Not to mention he just went through like 24 hours of fighting Cracker, then having Sanji stomping all over him, and now he's fighting all of these people. That has to take such a huge toll on Luffy, and granted, he did eat a lot of crackers, but still, like, I'm really curious to see how he comes out of this, because I don't see him being able to take down all of these people. And then meanwhile, you don't really know what Nami's doing because she's in King Bomb. She's hiding out there. So I'm not sure if, because I don't think she's going to leave them, but I don't know if she's going to fight. Because if Nami gets pulled into the fight, Nami's not going to be able to really to put up a fight against all of these people. She can try and she can do her stuff, but she's not going to. I feel like she'll get overwhelmed and she'll get taken down, and then Luffy's going to have to try and help her out. And I just feel like they're both going to get taken down. They're both going to be brought to Big Mom. In my head, that's how it happens. Because I don't. Maybe I'm underestimating him, but I don't see him being able to beat all of the enraged army. And I think that, that was a big portion of it. And, they're going back and forth between, Luffy and Nami and their whole situation and Sanji's. And I think it's interesting too that you see Big Mom, and I'm assuming this is her daughter because they say that Pudding is her sister. a little girl named Anna who wants knives so she can mutilate her her stuffed animal. So it's like you have Pudding and then you have Anna, and it's like this just wide range of different personalities that are Big Mom's children. And Big Mom wanted to say everyone has at least 100 or 200 people they want to kill, but I guess you just see like all her other little siblings, which is, you know, curious because it's like, is she I'm curious, is Big Mom pregnant right now? Is that a possibility? Because she still had, like, Anna looks like a little kid, so, you know, I'm curious if she's still popping them out or if she's finally hit menopause. And then you see the whole scene where they're all sitting together, and I made a point of noting this in my live reaction, like, okay, I get why Big Mom wants, you know, all of the people to be gigantified, because she literally towers over all of them. And even Judge, who's still like a pretty big dude, like, he's like half her height. So like I get why she wants to like look evenly with everyone at her table, especially when you see it the way it's drawn out here. And I don't see Reiji really, but I'm assuming she's on the other side of Judge. And Judge is full of BS, trying to say, well, yeah, but you know, the lasting happiness of our children comes first and foremost. Like, now, sir, if you don't sit your tail down somewhere, because you and I both know you don't care nothing about your son, trying to act like he's just this doting father. And I think that's interesting because, you know, for Pudding, she probably sees that and is thinking, oh, this is all Big Mom's doing. And, you know, Sanji clarifies that for her later on. But just with this whole eating scene, I think it's interesting, too. It's just like, everything's talking. The tea's talking, oh, I'm sorry, somebody, like, I'm doing this on my phone and something just popped up. The teas, you got the wieners, the cabbage, the ham, they're all just talking and they're all singing and they're all jolly, just waiting to be eaten. And Sanji's like, can you guys just, like, pipe down? Just bring it down a bit. And, the other one's like, but how am I? Do I taste good? As I'm, like, literally being eaten. And then after that, that's when, you know, Pudding finally gets her chance to talk with Sanji, and she just, you know, she explains to him, like, I'm so sorry, like, I helped them, they didn't, you know, it's my fault that they're caught in all of this. And for part of this scene, I was kind of confused on some of the dialogue, but really, you know, it's just Sanji going into, I don't have anyone here. Like, you think it's all just Big Mom and that, you know, you can help her get out, but you know, I can't go. Like, my family, it's not just Big Mom, it's my family too. Like, they are not my allies. And you know, they bring up the fact that he has the cuffs, so he can't go anywhere unless you take down Big Mom. That's just not going to happen. And then he takes off the mask to show the bruising that happened from his brother, and she's just mortified, like she was not expected to see that at all. And he kind of just goes on saying, you know, I was doing all of this because I wanted Big Mom to let my friends off the hook. And I think that partly has to do with, because she did challenge, Luffy challenged Big Mom. So I think he was probably going to say, you know, hey, I'm on your side now. Can you just kind of like pardon Luffy? Which is possible it could have happened that way, but that's not really the case now that Luffy defeated Cracker. And, you know, he talks about how, you know, 13 years ago, he left hell, like he escaped, and now he's kind of back in that. And, you know, everyone he's met since then have been saviors to him, have really helped him grow and help him, you know, enjoy his life. And, you know, and it says, my only wish is to disappear from all their lives without hurting a single one of them. And he says, my adventure has to come to an end. And it's just like, what is happening? What do you mean it's coming to an end? Because you can't leave. You can't. Sanji's my favorite character, and Sanji cannot leave. I think Sanji can't leave the crew. It can't happen. But I think I love how Pudding's just like, I'm not going to let this marriage turn. It's not going to be hell for you. Like, you left hell, you feel like you're back in it, but I'm not going to let that marriage be. It's not going to be hell. Like, you know, she's like, I'm going to be a good wife. I'm not going to be a nagger or anything like that. And then she's like, oh, I've overstepped my bounds. I don't know. But, what's the next page? And she's like, you know, I'm assuming all this stuff. And then, and I was confused about this, but I do believe this is Sanji because it looks like he grabs her and he says, you are my only savior right now. Like, you are the person who's going to save me. You are the person who's going to make me happy, which is a lot for a person. I'm just throwing that out there. And then she's like, you know, if you really don't mind, tomorrow let's do it. Let's get married. And I had seen this panel when I was scrolling through Instagram. So at first I wasn't really sure if I wanted to do a live reaction. So I'm like, that seems like a really big thing to be like, because I would have flipping out. Because I scrolled and I was like, what? And I said, hold up, I don't have time to do the chapter. I can't see anything. I had to go get off all social media and whatnot. But let's get married. Let's do it. So Sanji, it's Sanji getting married. If Sanji gets married, they probably won't open the gifts until afterwards, which is where the Tabaka, I don't know how to say it, the box comes in. I just don't, it wasn't as exciting as last week's chapter for me, but it's also, like, what? Like, is Sanji, Sanji can't leave. That's my overall feeling. He can't leave. I just don't see how he can leave. But I think it's interesting that, you know, he's submitted to it. He's not fighting it, you know. And it's not just, you know, it's not just about his friends staying alive. It's about his family. It's about Zeph. And I just think, you know, it was a pretty good chapter. I enjoyed it for the most part. I'd give it a 3.5 out of 5. A solid chapter. I just wasn't, you know, some of the wording. And that's also like, I'm reading a Scanlation, which is why I always recommend subscribing to Shonen Jump. It's like $3 a month, and I'm getting the official translations there's a lot going on, but it was a pretty good chapter, so check it out. You know, rate, comment, subscribe. Tell me what you think is going to happen. Do you think Sanji's really going to leave? Because I don't. I just think Oda is playing with our emotions right now, as he has been. You know, pretty much this whole arc, really. There's just a lot of things, like, is Sanji gonna leave the crew? How is Luffy gonna defeat an entire army by himself? And again, it goes back to, had the entire crew been here, I would not be as worried. Because if you have Zoro, you have Frankie, you have Robin, you have Usopp, then I wouldn't be as worried. Speaking of which, we still don't know what's going on with Pedro and Brook. I'm assuming they've been infiltrated the castle, because that's where they were in the biscuit, and that's where it was going to. And we still don't know where Carrot and Chopper are in the mirror world. So there's still a lot of stuff to decide and to see what's going on. But unfortunately, we're on break next week. So I will most likely not be doing anything. But I know some people have asked me, do I watch other mangas or animes? And I do. Different stuff, but I'd love to know if there were any recommendations that you all had that you would like me to, you know, review and go into. I've been into anime. I've been into One Piece for years now, and I've just in this past year really branched out to a bunch of other stuff that I loved and enjoyed watching. So if there is something that you think is like a really good show that I should start reviewing, or, you know, a manga I should start reading, you know, let me know and I would definitely check it out. But that is all. So please, you know, rate, comment, subscribe. Tell me how you thought this chapter was, and hope you have a good day. All right, bye.